Okay, welcome back to the Arcade Veteran. Today I'd like to discuss my collection of the Amstrad Mega PC. This is one of my units.
Typical. You get stuck into your favourite Sega games with your Amstrad Mega PC, speakers blasting out in Sega stereo and...
Sorry son, I need to use the PC. I've got work to do.
So he uses a 386SX computer running at 25 megahertz for word processing, database, spreadsheets. What a waste of 40 megabytes of hard drive. The new Amstrad Mega PC, just £999.99. Brilliant for business, mega for games.
This is one of my units we've opened up to have a look inside. On the right hand side you've got a floppy. That's the PC speaker, the power supply. That's a Kombat flash adapter I fitted in there because the hard drive itself had failed. That's the Sega side of it. That's the Sega board, the motherboard. We'll have a look at that in a minute. Round the back, power to the monitor as well. We've got volume control, COM1, joystick port, serial port, VGA. So pretty basic at the back. It was a pretty basic machine. It was a 386, which was already at the time starting to go out of date. That's the front of the unit. Pop that little cover off and you can see there's a little red edge connector. I think any Mega Drive fan will know that from the original Mega Drive. It's the Mega CD add-on. Nothing was ever made of this. This is the internals of the machine. There's the embedded processor. It's not socketed in any way. As you can see there, we'll come to that, but this is one of the big reasons these units are getting rare, is the batteries are failing and spewing their acidic guts all over the motherboard. There's all the controllers, the peripherals. It's an ISA slotted board. It does have an ISA riser on it when it's in the machine. That's the RAM bays. You can add obviously additional RAM in the system. That's probably the biggest feature of this. It's a feature collector which allows it to communicate with the Sega board. This is the damage again. Thought I'd highlight it there. The battery backup for the system goes there, and it's quite famous for eroding and destroying the motherboards. This one in particular was just too far gone for me to repair. So this is a side-on view. There's the feature connector which allows communication over to this Sega board. Basically what this is just a Sega Mega Drive on a PCB. There's all the chips and the connections. There's the connection up to the front showing the back of that Mega CD add-on. Quite tidy. This board is actually in quite good condition. I've managed to change the battery, just modified it very slightly. As you can see, there's no erosion around those connections and vias, so that's very, very good example of a nice clean board. This is the Sega board. I'm just going to highlight in a minute. The chip at the top is the visual display processor. That's the one that obviously helps display all the different graphics on there. And then there's the main CPU, the 68000, the ordinary run-of-the-mill Mega Drive CPU. Here I am loading the floppy drives to reinstall the operating system. Obviously this particular system hard drive had failed, so I basically did a Kombat flash conversion and then just reinstalled the Amstrad operating system, as you can see there. This is one of my other units. I do have three of these units. I have three main cases and two with monitors. That monitor over there was damaged. It had been dropped, so I had to repair that monitor, but it all does work now, so that's great. This is a common problem on these. When you come to them after you haven't used them for a while, the system battery, that battery that I was showing you there, just goes flat, and therefore it won't boot. So you have to go into the setup and press F9 just to do an automatic configuration, so it fills in some of the configuration for you, and then you go into fixed disk, go down to fixed disk, and you change it to number 17. Even if you've got a Kombat flash conversion, you just go to 17. And you can change it to that, and then that'll allow you to basically, it'll find the hard drive. This has got a 1 gigabyte Kombat flash in it. This particular one I'm showing here has got a ISA to Kombat flash conversion card. Doesn't really need to be as fancy as that. It was just something I was playing around with at the time. So when you see this one actually boot, I'll just go through the initial boot sequence here, get rid of these. what you'll see is just when it's finished this bit, finished mouse initialization, it'll show you the ISA card interface booting, which is what's got the Kombat Flash side of it. So there you go, there it is. That's just basically booting that. What it'll bring us to is the Amstrad front end. It was pretty, pretty basic. It was quite self-explanatory. Just testing the Sega side now. This is the Mortal Kombat. So brilliant game. Been on many systems. How does it compare to a Mega Drive? Obviously, it's running PAL, so it's going to be running slower than obviously NTSC systems. Other than that, the screen's not fantastic, but it's it's good enough for a monitor of the day. These machines weren't regarded as fantastic. They have a niche. I like the idea that there's a PC in there and the PC continues to run while you're playing Mega Drive. So if you do fancy a little fix, you can just pop onto the Mega Drive side, pop a cartridge in. The Mega Drive side doesn't boot until you put the cartridge into the slot, so there's no chance of doing any damage. But as you can see, it plays okay. It's a little slow. It does have stereo speakers on the back of the dedicated monitor. The monitor is special. I think it's a 1531 kilohertz monitor. It'll display both, which is what's needed because the Sega side obviously runs at a different frequency. So we'll carry on playing a bit more of Mortal Kombat. See if I can beat this guy. Do like Scorpion, probably my favourite character. Even in the movies, I actually prefer him. I think. Very good game of the day. Very clever. Good take. Up against Street Fighter at the time, I think it was a good take. Something a little bit different, and the fatalities added a new dimension. Really quite enjoyed it at the time. So that's the Sega side of the Mega PC. So really, we're going to look on the PC side. So remove the cartridge and move the slot across, and hey presto, the PC's where you left it. It doesn't switch off, like I say. So if you were doing work or stuff like that, it was there. In this instance, one of the built-in games is Solitaire, which most of them were at the time. So again, not a fantastic setup. It was a bit of a mishmash of the two. So very rare now, these machines. They are becoming more and more rare. This was the thing that was up against was the Sega Terra Drive, but we'll save that for another day. That's the Arcade Veteran signing out for today. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.